all praise, glory, and honor to
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash.
the barns to the elder apostle of Great Millstone, who are well. Salutation and much love to Yakim out there pushing out his word in truth and sincerity. Verse from Great Millstone, Tampa, back with another live class. Lord was edifying. We're just going to go in the spirit, but, we're just going to, matter of fact, let's go to Joel 3 and 10. Somebody hold that. Oh, we started 9, but let me get this article I came across earlier. This is on RT News, and the article is entitled "Iran says it's capable of building nuclear bomb." And Biden, your boy Sleepy Joe's out there trying to bring back the nuclear deal or whatever, but that shit ain't gonna work, man. If they're saying they're capable of doing it, they're capable of building their own bombs now. And who knows if they've been buying bombs from Russia. Obviously they're not gonna come out and parade it, but nonetheless, these nations they're ready, and that's why they're not taking shit from America no more, and they're making certain moves, and whether it be military wise or financially, everybody's taking a stand against America, ultimately, which is biblical prophecy. But go ahead.
Hey, can I get this quick preset real quick? Because the brother just mentioned basically, the situation in Iran, okay? And then what? As soon as Biden went over to Israel, because Israel's the one that has a problem with Iran pretty much becoming a nuclear power. All right, they've been talking about this for over a decade now. We can't allow Iran to basically develop nuclear weapons. And then as soon as Biden went over there recently, was a day or two ago, a couple of days ago, all right, recently, an earthquake popped off as soon as he arrived over in Israel. So just real quick, this Jeremiah 50 verse 45, it says, "Therefore hear ye the counsel of the Lord," okay, "that he hath taken against Babylon." What's that counsel of the Lord? Ultimately, Babylon being destroyed by the way of thermonuclear missiles. This is that counsel, okay? It says, "And his purposes, that he hath purpose against the land of the Chaldeans. Surely the least of the flock," talking about those Israelis, okay? Because that's, out of the whole Iran situation, okay? The main person that has a problem with that is those Israelis over there, okay? It says, "Surely the least of the flock shall draw them out. Surely he shall make their habitation desolate with them." Okay? So Israel is going to do something to Iran, okay? And America is going to get drawn into that war, basically,
Yeah. And and they're already doing it. They're shooting missiles on Syria, in Iran, but it's not full fledged yet. Right now right now the main focus is on Eastern Europe, but soon as it's gonna be the Middle East, where Russia's gonna step in to defend, to be a guard to those nations, ultimately, and like just like they're doing now. Right now it's all proxy wars. Because technically, like even Paul the just said in one of his recent videos, they're at war already. They got American troops and the British troops out there in Ukraine fighting. And now they're in the middle, South China Sea. So it's the same shit gonna happen in the Middle East, but that's really what's gonna be the catalyst to lead to the nuclear destruction in World War III. That's when it's gonna be full fledged. And that's why it makes sense why all these skirmishes are happening, because the chip ain't come out yet. But once it happens in the Middle East, it's on. Go ahead,
This is Joel chapter 3, verse 9. "Proclaim ye this among the Gentiles, prepare war."
Yeah, because think about it, man. Jake, first of all, Jake don't even have a nation to go to war for anyway, but it's all these heathens going to go to battle right now, man. Esau, Moab, Ishmael, Elam, Ham, okay? It's all them Gentiles, the natural Gentiles, okay? The heathens, right?
Hold on, Bible shot me back here real quick. Because the brother said Israel, so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans. All right, we don't have a basically, no army. So real quick, this is Psalms. I'm gonna get this one, 58:6. It says, "Break their teeth, O God, in their mouth. Break out the great teeth of the young lions, O Lord." Okay? But when you go to Jeremiah, it says, "Fear not, thou worm Jacob." Okay? The average worm, you think about that earthworm, it has no teeth. Okay, it has no claws. It has nothing to, no form of teeth or claws. It's just, its only defense is just to be in the dirt and be covered. You know, that's it. So, like the brother was saying, the other nations, they have teeth. That's why David said, break their teeth, their strength, their military. Okay, because once you take a teeth from a lion, you take a teeth from a dog, you took away a dog's power. Okay, so the teeth is symbolic to their military. And as the brother stated, Israel, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, the Americans, you have no teeth, which is why the Lord has called you a worm. Okay, you don't got no teeth, man. You don't have no military. Okay, so is this concerning all these you other nations, man? Okay, that have militaries that's going to be drawn into the valley of decision. What is Shaphat Khan? You know, you got it, brother.
Not
Khan. So the mountain what is mountain troops? Armageddon, water. Armageddon. Okay, so you know a lot of you gonna be joining onto Esau's military. You can go into there, but the nation of Israel, we have no teeth. That's why the Lord called us a worm. All right, teeth is their military. You got it.
Continuing on Joel 3:9, it says, "Wake up the mighty men, let all the men of war draw near. Let them come up. Beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears."
Jeremiah 28:8. Okay, it said the prophets that have been before me and before the old prophesied both against great kingdoms of war, all right, which is what we're prophesying against Babylon, okay, of evil and of pestilence. So it's a reason why we don't have a military, because your job as an Israelite, you're supposed to be prophesying these things, man. We're not a part of this war. We're just here to speak on and tell you that this is happening, okay, that y'all nations will be drawn into this. We have no part in this war. All right, we just supposed to tell you what the Lord is bringing forth. Okay,
That's part of the prophet.
Exactly.
That's our job, man. They're not coming to us, and they're not gonna draft the prophets of the Lord, bro. Even if they wanted to, the Lord's not gonna allow that, bro. Because that's a one-way trip. You're not coming back. You're not making it. There's no escape from that. You get drafted, or you go into war, or you're not coming back. You know, there will be no survivors of World War III soldiers. They all gonna die. Because let's say you just make it to when the missiles are shooting off, well, guess what? You're gonna be fighting the Lord, and you're gonna be getting zapped.
Very quick one on that. This is Isaiah 31 or 34 in verse 1. It says, "Come near, ye nations, to hear and hearken, ye people.
Mm-hmm.
Let the earth hear, and all that is therein, the world and all things that come forth of it." And that's what that sound of battle that's being played over there in the Middle East, the war drums. The Lord is causing these nations to hear that. They're like, man, let me go see over there, you know, and they're gonna eventually all the nations are gonna meet there. Okay? It says, "For the indignation of the Lord is upon all nations, and his fury upon all their armies. He hath utterly destroyed them, he hath delivered them to the slaughter." You know, like the brother was saying, that's that meat market, the new meat market over there, man. You're gonna go over there and it's gonna be a straight up slaughterhouse, man. Just like the cows in these slaughterhouses now, man. You feed them down the funnel until they end up coming on the edge and they fall into that grinder where grinds up their bones and everything with them. That's what the Middle East is going to be with, man. Or like, that's how it's going to be like, man. Where your armies, because the Lord, it says, his fury upon all their armies, man. All the armies of these nations that the Lord is gathering over there in the Middle East, the fury of the Lord is going to be upon them, man.
Yeah, and it's been happening for decades now. Nations are mashing over there, bro. Sending a military base. It's not, America ain't the only ones that went to the Middle East. You had Europe went over there. You had China over there. Russia, they got over there. So they're already over there. But it's going to escalate even more, man.
It says, "Their slain also shall be cast out, and their stink shall come up out of their carcasses, and the mountains shall be melted with their blood." That's how much death is going to be over there, man. There's going to be dead bodies laid out until the nuclear missiles come and clean that shit up.
It's going to be a war zone all through that area, man. From Syria all the way down to Egypt, Saudi Arabia, all right, Iran, Afghanistan, all that region is going to be in turmoil, man. Because that's what is going to be the main, the valley of decisions, you know.
just two more verses. Verse 4, and all the hosts of heaven shall be dissolved, and the heavens shall be rolled together as a scroll, and all their hosts shall fall down, as the leaf falleth off from the vine, and as a falling fig from the fig tree. You see, and that's going to be the army of the missiles that are going to be falling down upon these people. You know, and the apostle has gone into it before, man. When you see the leaf of a fig tree, you know, it falls into those arcing manners, man. You know, it has that, and that's going to be those missiles, man, what that arc is going to have. It's going to go up and it's going to come down. All right? So it says, for my sword shall be bathed in heaven. Behold, it shall come down upon Idumea and upon the people of my cursed judgment. You know, because ultimately this is all happening because of Esau and the hatred that and disdain that the Lord has for this devil, man. You know, that's why, and you know, not only Esau, but these other nations that have gotten into bed with him and that have been confederate against Israel with Esau, all these nations got to pay, man.
So they're all going to fight. Ultimately, they're all going to fight against the Lord. The scriptures talk about the beast and the Satan and his angels, but in the book of Revelation it says that the beast going to fight and all the kings of the earth. You know, and that's why they're amassing. Even though they're going to be fighting once against another, they've already said they've got movies on it. Independence Day, and who was it? JFK or was it Nixon? They said Reagan kind of that. They said if an outside force came with the UFO aliens, then we would have to come together. But nonetheless, before that all happens, there's going to be World War. You know, and they're only going to come together by default because they say, oh, it's because the skies are going to be covered with so-called UFOs, man. And, oh shit, the war's going. Hey, that's why they got that movie called the Day the Earth Stood Still. They're going to stop shooting and fighting. Oh shit, we got somewhere else to fight. We'll go ahead, keep on that, Joel.
Continuing on verse 10, it says, let the weak say, I am strong. Assemble yourselves and come, all ye heathen, and gather yourselves together round about.
Yep, the weak saying I'm strong. Just read the article. Iran says they're capable of making nuclear missiles now, man. And they were being pulled before from Israel, you know, because they know America backs them, you know. But now they have nuclear capabilities. They can just wipe out Israel off the face of the earth, you know. You know, and they've been selling drones to Russia recently. So what do you think? Russia ain't selling them shit? So who knows what they really got? But nonetheless, the point is that these weak nations that have been bullied, all right, the hammer of the earth gone around and beat them. That's what a hammer does, beats down the nails and shit. Well, now they're standing up, man, because that hammer is being broken. You know, it's fragile. There's only, you can maybe do one more hit, you know, and then it's through. It's gonna break in pieces.
I got a quick one. This is Zephaniah chapter 3, verse 8. Therefore wait ye upon me, saith Yahweh, until the day that I rise up to the prey. For my determination is to gather the nations, that I may assemble the kingdoms, to pour upon them mine indignation, even all my fierce anger, for all the earth shall be devoured with the fire of my jealousy.
Hey, Bob Shaf, I can speak on that because that's beautiful. That brings the point home again. Jake, you have no business. You know, 2/3 of you going to go, you know, some of you going to go over there and get involved in this. But Jake, look, the Lord say, wait ye upon me. You have no business in this war. You supposed to sit back and be the heralds, which are the prophets, heralding in this thing like, look, man, this is going to happen. Well, what you going to do? You know, what you, hey, I'm just here to condemn this place.
You see what we're going to do.
Yeah,
what you
we
mean?
just speaking about it. Yeah, we have absolutely nothing to do with this. The Lord said, wait ye upon me. This is the Lord. This is your fight. This is your war. We have nothing to do with this. The Lord said, wait ye upon me. Okay? Till I rise up against the prey. The Lord is, look, we let you know you got to fight to go, hey man, look, oh boy.
Don't worry about me.
Yeah, don't worry about me. You got something to handle. You feel what I'm saying?
That's the shit, because 2/3 of our people consider heathens.
Heathens, yeah.
So they got, you know, a lot of, you know, they got to take these niggas, these goofy ass niggas out here and send them to war, man. You know, rightfully so. Good. Go let them get butchered out there.
Mm-hmm.
You know, or whether they go or not, they're gonna get butchered anyway. So they might as well go with guns blazing. You know, go out guns blazing. You know, since they like to shoot up the hood and shit. Well, hey, good. You're gonna get a chance to shoot, all right.
Mhm.
You know, but hey, your plane might get taken out on the way there. But yeah, this ain't no, this is a heathen conflict
For
though.
real.
This ain't got nothing to do with Israel, the nation of Israel. And we're not talking about the state of Israel, we're talking about the nation of Israel according to the scriptures.
Right. That's
This,
why. That's why the Lord always say, you should tell the men of old, wait upon me, till the time of the Gentiles be fulfilled.
but there's gonna be some coons up there that
Right.
ready to go to battle. Just like when the towers got hit, there was niggas lining up, signing up to go fight. And some of them niggas never came back. Some of them niggas, if they did come back, are bugged the fuck out from all the shit they seen out there.
Or missing limbs or
Mhm.
something.
Real quick, just to back up what you were saying about we just here to condemn, we just here to condemn the world, which is with the truth. Is the Lord who's going to judge these nations. This is Psalms 96:13. It says, before Yahweh, or before the Yahweh, for he cometh to judge the earth, he shall judge the world with righteousness and the people with his truth. So the way he's judging the people with the truth is through his prophets, because who has it? Who has the truth? The Lord said that ye shall know all things. So who are the ones out here that know the judgments of the Lord that are rebuking the people of the earth, man, and condemning the heathens? It's the prophets, all right? But it said that the Lord, he's going to judge the earth, okay? He's going to be the one to judge these nations. He's going to bring the vengeance upon them, okay? He's going to be the one to pull that sword out, man. Not you bozos out here, man, you clowns. This is of the Lord, man. Okay, you gotta just sit back and do what you gotta do as part of this the preparations for the battle. All right, and just let the Lord do what he gotta do, man. That's it. Jake tried to make this thing complicated. That's how Jake ended up getting killed, trying to complicate shit.
Because that's a rebellion. Honestly, at the end of the day, you're just rebelling against the Lord. And so what? You just gotta get put down, man. And see, Spirit, we watched, got BBC News in the back. They just showed that in the Middle East, and who is it? It was Britain. They were showing Britain's soldiers, so they just backing up what we said. America wasn't the only one in the Middle East. Yeah, Britain over there, man, busting down doors and where it's where the SAS squads exposed war crimes. Come on, man. That's East Edom. That's part of the beast, though. America being the top of it though, but I just wanted to add that. Go ahead, brother. You say you had something?
Oh yeah, quick one. Backing up the brother. This is the book of Joel, chapter 3, verse 2. It says, I will also gather all nations, and I will bring them down into the valley of Yehoshaphat, and will plead with them there for my people and for my heritage Israel, whom they have scattered among the nations and parted my way and parted my land. Okay, and this is what the Heavenly Father, all right, getting ready to judge these nations, all right, because of the things and atrocities that they've done to the nation of Israel, like the brother was going into. All right, this is not your fight, Jake, you Israelites, all right, you so-called blacks, Latinos, Native American Indians. This is the Lord gathering all these nations together to fight up against each other, but the Lord's getting ready to also, to judge them as well. Okay, just a quick point I want to bring up.
Continue Joel 3 and 11. It says, hither cause thy mighty ones to come down, O Lord. Let the heathen be wakened, and come up to the valley of Yehoshaphat, for there will I sit to judge all the heathen round about.
And that's why the Lord's amassing him out there, man, because that's where he's gonna appear first. The scripture talk about he's gonna come from the east. He's gonna pop up on you in his homeland, in that region. The main judgment is gonna be out there, outside of America, of course. That's gonna be the main spotlight outside of the lake of fire. That would be the next in line, so to say. And them chairs gonna be going to town on you damn heathens out there, man. That's gonna be the word. Really, that's gonna be like the focal point of the war in heaven, because they're already gonna be amassed out there. All their Navy ships and shit is gonna be in that area. And when the chariots pop up, of course they're gonna be out here as well. Definitely, because we'll just simultaneously, the salvation's got to come when the missiles come. But it's gonna be some judgment out there in the Middle East, man. And guess what? The armies are gonna be out there, and all in that region, man. and wherever so they may be, nonetheless they're gonna have to fight the Lord regardless. But the point is the Lord's amassing those troops out there for their judgment. Because there's a lot of wickedness that goes on out there, man. We're watching it on BBC News right now, man. They're talking about war crimes, and they just showing the niggas torturing people, bro. fucking with them, bro.
Straight up terrorism.
Yeah, terrorism. This is true terrorism. Eat them. Shit. Look at this. They gotta blur shit out because it's so bad.
Blew his head out.
And it's all they don't show Elam doing that or Moab doing. No, it's always Edomites doing some shit like that, man. Beating up these niggas that ain't even fighting. They ain't got nothing to do with what's going on, but he just a shepherd or a herdsman. This nigga, the soldiers come through and just rape his wife and beat the shit out of him and tie him up and shoot him in the face. That's why that shit got to go down, man. The Lord got to clean it because there's still Israelites out there, man. Like we spoke at camp. The Lord is justified in judging all these nations, whether you actually partook in the slave trade or not, because you've been fucking with the Most High's people regardless, because we're scattered throughout all of the nations. But go ahead.
Verse 13, Joel 3 and 13. Put ye in the sickle, for the harvest is ripe. Come, get ye down, for the press is full, the fats overflow, for the wickedness is great. Multitudes in the valley of decision. For the day of the Lord Yahweh is near in the valley of decision.
And the multitudes are the soldiers, man, the armies, and the Lord, his judgment is going to come upon them, man. Because the Lord's going to send his mighty ones, his angels. Well, what he going to fight? What the mighty ones of this earth? The carnal people, which are the soldiers. When the scripture talk about even the mighty men, it's talking about the soldiers, pretty much. Men that go to battle. Those would be the mighty ones of your city. Niggas that go fight for you. A nigga at the butcher, the bakery and the butcher shop ain't mighty. The niggas defending the city are, and they're the soldiers. So the Lord's coming to make war with them.
Got something real quick. Second Ezra chapter 13. I start at verse 8. Going to the last verse the brother read in Joel 3 and 14. It said, multitudes in the valley of decision. So this second Ezra chapter 13 verse 8. And after this I beheld, and lo, all they which were gathered together to subdue him were sore afraid, and yet there's fight. And lo, as he, and this speaking about Yahweh Shai, going against the multitudes of these nations, their armies. And lo, as he saw the violence of the multitude that came, he neither lifted up his hand, nor held sword, nor any instrument of war, but only I saw that he sent out of his mouth, as it had been a blast of fire, and out of his lips a flaming breath, and out of his tongue he cast out sparks and tempests. And they were all mixed together, the blast of fire, the flaming breath, and a great tempest, and fell with violence upon the multitude which was prepared to fight. And see, the Lord is preparing them to fight against his son Yahweh Shai. So that's what will deliver us. That's what will go to battle for us. Our job is just to condemn this place, and we fight the spiritual fight. Yahweh Shai will come down and get physical with them.
Yeah. And really, we're not condemning them. Their actions are condemning them. We're just telling you, like Yahweh Shai said, the word is condemning you. The word is really the one that's condemning these people. But we're just simply telling you what the Lord said. It ain't about. Of course, we hate this place, but hey, the Lord said He's gonna do this. So the word of the Lord is condemning you. And you're just doing what the Lord said He's going to condemn people for. So hey, there you go. Because the Lord wants His people to repent. The hell with the heathens. They gotta fight the Lord. They've always fought against the Lord. Shit, by how fighting against His people. But now the Lord's physically going to come back. The Lord used to He's intervened over the years. And to save us in the different situations. But now He's physically coming with the whole host of angels, to put an end to all of it. Enough with the madness.
Hey, and what the brother's reading, that's something you've never encountered before. Okay? You never come in contact or came up against the enemy with capabilities that the brother just read. That Yahweh Shai is going to come into.
Real laser beams.
Yeah, exactly.
Because Esau, he got laser beams, but not on the level of the chariots, bro. No, not even close, bro. Where the only thing the prophets could describe it as was lightning. Like, damn. That's the only thing I've seen that, and lightning, which obviously is from the Heavenly Father as well, but that ain't even got nothing on, because comes from the clouds, which that could be terrorists, who knows, but we're gonna see actual laser beams zapping people to, because when people get struck by lightning now, and they still remain, the scripture talk about they're gonna be dust, nothing left but dust and the smell of smoke, right? So that's a whole different lightning. You can get struck by lightning and you just be charred corpse, or you can even live. Some people have lived. I've personally been struck by lightning. The umbrella I was holding got hit. Some people live after that. The laser beams are coming out of them chariots. You've never seen it. The only thing people been able to physically see that was left behind was with the tablets, man. the 10 laws, right? The commandments, right? It wrote it into the finger of the Most High, as it says. But this is going to be a devastating, turned up to the max laser beam. Because even Esau, when he makes laser beams, it's different levels to it. You got some laser beams that people can buy. That shit goes miles. You can pop balloons with it. And then you got the military grade laser beams that'll fucking kill you. So imagine what the Most High got. You're not going to give Esau laser beams like he got. So them laser beams are going to just poof. It's going to be nothing but powder, bro. Just like they showed in that movie, War of the Worlds.
Yeah.
Except your shirt ain't going to be floating in the wind. Shit.
And real quick,
We have more on that thing.
real quick, because make a point, because as we were speaking about, it's gonna be something you never encountered before. All right, something you're not gonna be able to deal with. So it's Micah 5:15. It says, "And I will execute vengeance and anger and fury upon the heathen, such as they have not heard." So this is gonna be something you ain't
ready.
Yeah, you ain't ready for. You ain't never encountered an enemy of this caliber before with weapons of this magnitude, so sophisticated. All right, because what the brother's reading, you ain't never encountered nothing like that, an enemy like that before. Okay.
Yeah, and even the scientists, it's a term for them, astronaut theorists or whatever. They say like if ancient or not ancient, but if advanced civilization was to come here, it'd be a landslide victory. They admit it. They'd be like, their technology, if they was able to come here, their technology would be overwhelmingly powerful. We wouldn't even be able to fight against it. They're talking about little green goblins and shit traveling the galaxy, but it's the angels that are just gonna appear with Yahweh, man. They're just gonna manifest and bring those interdimensional vehicles that power is going straight to the power. Power was it unlimited power, so to say. Like the Energized Bunny.
And it goes to show you the pride of Esau is that he has these guys out there, these so-called theorists, and these scientist guys that here they are, like the brother mentioned, they're warning these higher ups, these elites. Look, if what we're reading here comes to pass, and it says realm versus another realm, what are we gonna do? You can't. This ship just came through a time warp.
Yeah.
You can't even do that.
Yeah. Hey, real quick, I remember when I was speaking to the Edomite years back, and he was some college Edomite, and he was like, "Do you realize that the technology you're talking about, that the ships got tell about the UFOs in the Bible?" He said, for them to be able to flip through galaxies like flipping through channels, he said, "Do you realize the technology that would take for them to flip through galaxies like through channels?" I'm like, yeah, well, the Most High, he possesses that power to flip through fucking galaxies like he flipping through channels. Yeah, that's the technology, the power that he has. So he's just acknowledging like, yeah, like that would be like the most supreme technology that you can possess to be able to just flip through galaxies like flipping through channels, man.
Again, Esau's pride, he's gonna see the father's ship, and then all these ships just appear, and his heart is gonna be like, all right, we about to go to war. Everybody join up, getting them jets. We gotta infiltrate and put the virus inside.
Yeah. You gonna have it like that. Remember the Edomite? Yeah, he was a drunk. He was a crop duster in the movie.
Oh,
Yeah, he was the one that took the, he sacked. Hey, man, ain't gonna be none of that, man. You're gonna break through the. Nah, man, it's not. It's gonna be a landslide victory, bro. It's not even gonna be close. It's not gonna. They're not. It's like if you put LeBron James versus a bitch from the WNBA, it'd be 82-0, not a 1 point score. And that's how that fight's gonna go, man. It's a landslide victory. You had more on that?
Finish it up real quick. Second Edges 13:11. Starting back in the where I left off at, and fell with violence upon a multitude which was prepared to fight, and burned them up every one, so that upon a sudden of an innumerable multitude nothing was to be perceived, but only dust and smell of smoke. When I saw this, I was afraid.
So the Lord is gonna be zapping hundreds of thousands of military soldiers in a moment, bro. They just gonna be dead 1 second and gone the next.
Yeah.
Because remember, it's gonna be hundreds of thousands, millions. We'll say millions, because remember, you go to the numbers of World War I, World War II, it was millions of soldiers. Of course, civilians were the biggest casualties, but it's gonna be millions of soldiers fighting, man. Millions from all these different nations. Okay, so the Lord is gonna come back to whoever's still alive from the World War III, because it's gonna be a bloodbath, like brother mentioned, meat grinder. But what, the Lord gonna come back and they're gonna be niggas gonna be shooting AKs into the air. The fighter jet's gonna be fighting. It's gonna be an ass whooping, man. That's why you put it's gonna be an ass whooping.
Yeah. Just like basically how Russia is just obliterating Ukraine, because information came out. I forgot who it was off-grid desert or whatever. Who the hell the dude was? But he was like basically they're able to just switch soldiers. Like they got thousands rotate them. Yeah, the water rotate them. Bam. Thousands of them they get, so they dealing with fresh soldiers each rotation, bam. So they able to just steamroll through that. So imagine Putin and he just got millions of soldiers just on standby and thinking he just so souped up. And then just as the brother's reading, within moments, all your troops that you spent so much money and training and doing all this, the Lord just obliterated them in seconds.
Ashes.
Nothing
left but ashes.
To be perceived.
From the jets to the tanks to the guns, gone.
All you hear is
Then what?
crackling.
And simultaneously the missiles are gonna be shot off. Coming to America, like Eddie Murphy.
Eddie Murphy.
Go ahead, though.
That was it on that.
Go ahead.
Real quick, Isaiah 66 and 15, verse 16.
Shit.
For behold, the Lord Yahweh will come with fire and with his chariots like a whirlwind, to render his anger with fury and his rebuke with flames of fire. For by fire and by his sword will the Lord Yahweh Bashmi Shai plead for all flesh, and the slain of the Lord shall be many.
Yeah, so when the Lord come back, he's gonna be getting down. Yahushua gonna remember the scripture talking about his blood or his garment gonna be rolled in blood. Paraphrasing.
Yeah, I got that right.
So okay, you gotta read that. Well, before you read it, because that's the Lord's gonna be getting down, man. He's not gonna give. He ain't gonna just allow everybody to kill themselves. Nah, the Lord gonna get down with your shit. Because you fought against the Most High's people. Well, now you're gonna have to deal with it, the one that the Most High sent.
And they who pierced them.
Yep, those guys gonna be in some bunkers.
Yeah.
Your house like gonna melt the doors down for their asses. But go ahead. Or just speaking as as man. Because we don't know how that's gonna go down, but he coming for their asses for sure.
It's Isaiah 63:1. Who is this that cometh from Edom with dyed garments from Basra? This that is glorious in his apparel, traveling in the greatness of his strength. Okay, and what, Matthew chapter 24, verse, what is it, around 30, 31? Okay, that glory that the Lord is coming in with his angels, man.
And then think about it, because obviously Yahweh Shai not gonna be killing everybody. He could, but what, the angels is gonna be getting down, right? But what? That's his host, that's his army. So it always goes back to the leader. Just like when what's his name? Hitler was killing all these people around, right? Who did they blame? Whatever his name was, the nigga that was probably torturing people. They didn't blame him. They said, "Oh, Hitler killed these people," but it was the soldiers. Hitler didn't probably kill anybody in his life. Maybe he did probably shoot his own people in the face, but you know when they hit German soldiers, all right, the Third Reich, okay, the Third Reich. When they were killing people, it was blamed on Hitler, right? Or giving credit to Hitler. The same thing with the Lord. The angels getting down, Yahweh like killing people. Well, ultimately Yahweh, but that's why I said the Lord coming. You know, and when you go into that blue letter, is Yahweh's name is there. Yeah. All right, but what he's saying his only begotten Son. All right, yeah. And then it's a trickle down effect. You know,
like just to back you up, that's the brothers state facts because certain skirmishes or little battles Alexander had. Mm-hmm. Okay, he's known as the greatest conqueror, all right, amongst you Edomites. But it was certain times where you remember we were going to history class. He didn't physically do it himself, but the credit went to him because it was his modern terms administration, if you will. Okay, it was under his order, if you will. Yeah. Exactly. So he didn't physically do it himself, but a lot of the credit went to him. So
private don't get credit. Common soldier don't get credit. You're lucky to make it back alive. Shit, you know what I'm saying? But.
And as they said, with dyed garments from Bosra, that's symbolic of the much death that Yahushua is going to bring with his angels, man. There's going to be, like we talked about, that great slaughter that's going to take place over there, man. That's coming through Yahushua and the angels, man. Okay? So it continues on to say, verse 2, wherefore art thou red in thine apparel, and thy garments like him that treadeth in the wine fat. Now, this isn't literally talking about Yahushua being covered in blood. Again, this is symbolic of the much death that he's going to be causing. Like there's that saying, I got a lot of blood on my hands. Mm-hmm. That's basically what this is saying about Yahushua. Okay? It says, I have trodden the winepress alone, and of the people there was none with me. For I will tread them in my anger, and trample them in my fury, and their blood shall be sprinkled upon my garments, and I will stain all my raiment. For the day of vengeance is in my heart, and the year of my redeemed is come. And I looked and there was none to help. But that's the point. Okay? The Lord's going to bring a lot of death, man, and it's going to come from the east over to the west. And the Lord is saving the best for last, man. America is going to be where the greatest judgment is going to take place, man. We got the Valley of Jehoshaphat, the Valley of Judgment, where the nation's armies are going to be judged. But the rest of these other nations, man, the America in particular, this nation is going to be judged itself. This place it's a sacrifice, within itself, So this place is going to be completely ravished as well.
This is Revelation 19, and I'll start at verse 11. Revelation 19, verse 11, it says, and I saw heaven open, and behold, a white horse, and he that sat upon him was called Faithful and True, and in righteousness he doth judge and make war. And that white horse is symbolic as, going into pure power, measure of car's power and horsepower, white meaning pure, it says, the white horse talking about Yahushua, right? And it says, and he that sat upon that white horse, again, is called Faithful and True, and in righteousness he doth judge and make war, just like his father is. Okay, it says in the book of Exodus, Yahweh is a man of war, man. Right? So when Yahushua is coming, he said himself, he's coming not to bring peace but a sword. So when he comes, he's going to start waging war, right? Verse 12, Revelation 19, verse 12, it says, eyes were as a flame of fire, and on his head were many crowns. And he had a name written that no man knew but he himself. So the first part saying his eyes were as a flame of fire, which, it'll be literal and really symbolic as, the passion and anger, we think about someone that has their eyes red, again, going to, show how angry he's coming, and, when he returned, he says on his head were many crowns because he's coming to conquer, right? But that sword was going to, say, that's 13th chapter, which he didn't lift up the sword, he said it just with his mouth, zapping people, right? So that's, again, many crowds him conquering the nations, because as the gathering is coming, as it says in Isaiah, what he mustered the host of the battle. Muster means gathering, right? That's a military term. You know, you're gathering the troops together. So the Lord's gathering all of them together, ultimately, you know, for them to fight him, which he's not gonna be a fight, right? But it says that a name written that no man knew. So, you know, people say, oh, we don't know his name. Well, you have to go into the blue letter to get the context. You know, you're going to, the word name here is a noma, and it means one's rank or authority, right? So when the Lord returns, nobody's gonna recognize him, right? You know, because they haven't heard about him, right? As far as how we know him, right? They're gonna call him alien, you know, whatever. You know, they're gonna say it in the narrative, talk about Reagan, right? That's why they're gonna fight against him, right?
And also too, you know, when he did come on the scene,
Yeah,
nobody acknowledged him as the son of the
John
Most High.
John first chapter.
You feel what I'm saying? Well, we, like you say, we in the know, we gonna know, okay, I mean, that's the son of the Most High right there. That's that, like you said, authority, that position, that rank he's coming in, man. All right, why? How did this man get authority to come down here and subdue the whole earth? Who else? Who's been given that rank or that position to do that? All right, only the son of the Most High. You got it, brother.
Yep. Revelation 19 verse 13, it says, and he was clothed with a vesture dipped in blood, right? And that's why you have to connect things.
Exactly.
Right? Precept upon precept, line upon line.
Yep, and the back of what Elder Torah said is basically the same vision. The prophets is the same vision being told in different ways. All the prophets seeing the same vision. That's why it correlates or it rhymes or connects, so to say. It's the same vision. Okay, you got it, bro.
And that's why Wednesday through Spirit, that class was going to we see through a glass
Come.
dark
Yeah.
for paraphrasing, you know, as it's time goes
And which
on.
proves that we have a better understanding than they did. Because they prophesied these things thousands of years ago. Now we're actually being able, and also that scripture said face to face. If we be those men, we're going to actually see those prophecies face to face and actually see them happen, man. Okay, because they're not far off no more. It's nigh. All right, these things we prophesying and speaking about, these things are close. Okay.
Revelation 19 verse 13, and he was clothed with a vesture dipped in blood, and his name is called the Word of the Most High. See, I was shot, man. Verse 14, and the armies which were in heaven followed him upon white horses, clothed in fine linen, white and clean. So going into again, man, it's all connected together with the great invasion, which you can't really call invasion because the deal was that Heavenly Father's going to give him this world, right? And if you're going to break it off for a piece for us, and those will be part of his elect, right? He says we can join heirs with him, you know. So verse, and the armies is going to angels, right? We talked about Michael earlier, right? The angels are coming, right?
So the missiles.
Yeah, exactly.
That's a part of the Lord's host that he's preparing. Which is, again, the Lord is a king, man. He surely doeth nothing but revealeth his secrets unto the prophets. He also got servants among the wicked, man. And he created the smith to destroy, man. He created these damn devils to create these thermal hypersonic missiles, man. You know, so here they are, they over here rubbing their hands as their missile tests are going good, and the Most High is over there behind the scenes rubbing his hands. Like, yeah, he's doing my business.
Say he shall laugh at them,
Right.
because he see their day coming.
Right. Yeah. You know, you rubbing your hands like you gonna be getting off, but it's me, it's the Lord who's gonna be getting off on you, man.
Yeah, when you go into martial arts, that's an art form called judo. You know, you use someone's momentum against them. All this energy and effort Esau is using to build up his military, go and fight, you know, building up his army arsenal with nukes, it's going to be used against him. You know, that's why he did the Stephen Seaver always quote. He thought it was going to be for him and his benefit. But even when he was going to a camp yesterday, Oppenheimer, when he was doing an interview, saying I become the destroyer of worlds, he was sad as hell. He wasn't happy. He was like, damn, like.
Because it wasn't him.
Exactly. I fucked up, you know, and he said it wasn't him. Of course it wasn't him, you know, because anybody in their right mind wouldn't do nothing like that. But the Lord's using him like a utensil, the instrument that he is, being the wicked for that day of evil, right? But I was going to do this. Revelation 19, verse 15. And out of his mouth goeth a sharp sword, the word, right? Sharper than any two-edged sword, which is Yahushua himself, that with it he shall smite the nations, and he shall rule them with the rod of iron. So that don't sound like a fun time for these nations, right? So again, we don't gotta do nothing. The Lord already promised us the kingdom. He's gonna do all that work for us, right? He's gonna come and conquer and put everything in subjection and start putting every man in his own order, which is already happening on the earth because he raised up his prophets.
Yeah, that's That's what a king does, man. You know, a king, you know, in times of battle, when you look at some of these, you know, ancient movies or medieval time movies, the king is out there, man, on the forefront. He's the one he's taking the first necessary steps. And what is his sons at? His sons that are still young, they want to go to war with him. Father, let us go with you to war. He's like, not yet. Not yet. Y'all stay here. And that's what the Lord is telling his elect. Like, nah, this you gonna get your time. Just this right now. This ain't for you. This is of me. And you have Yahushua, the big brother, the one who's become of age, who's sitting at the right hand, who's been given all authority. This is his time to shine. This is himself to prove himself, not to prove himself, you know, but you get what I'm saying, you know, in the sense of these, you know, ancient times, you know, medieval times when the prince, and now I'm going to show my father that, you know, I'm prepared, you know, I've all this training that he's been putting me through, you know, the father's usually sitting there in the middle of the cordon telling his military men, yeah, go over there, and they clanking swords and building him up, man, to the time where, okay, now somebody's trying to invade us. Son, now is that time. You know, I'm going to send you out there. I want you to lead the charge. That's what the Lord is sending Yahushua to do, man, to lead the charge, man. Alongside those that died in this truth, man, and the holy angels, man. See, because, again, you know, it ain't just Yahushua himself, although he could destroy this with a snap of a finger like Thanos, man. But where's the... Hey, man, the Lord wants to be magnified on the earth, man. He wants to be glorified. And how much more glorious is it going to be than to destroy all the mighty men of these nations, man? All the armies of them in a jiffy. Like the 5-minute oil change, you go to, or 15-minute oil change spots, man. The Lord's going to come and make a quick, gritty cleanup, man. You know? You brothers got it. We'll close out here soon.
That day of vengeance, you know? His eyes is flame of fire today. He said it's burning with them with this. You know? He's sitting there right now waiting, right? Just like we are. So Revelation 19, finishing at verse 15, it says, and he treadeth the winepress of the fierceness and wrath of the almighty power. So,
So like going back to that Isaiah 63, you know, the start, you know, the Middle East, really the whole earth is the winepress. And the Lord's come to thrash him, stomp it out. You know?
Up stop here, verse 16, it says, Revelation 19, verse 16, and he hath on his vesture and on his thigh a name written, not a tattoo, right? Like these bug outs be trying to say.
Oh, what's that?
Yeah, a tattoo on his thigh. King of kings and Lord of lords, right? And he gonna prove that when he show up, you know? Show and prove, that's what it was coming down to, because the counsel of the Lord is the prophets. Everybody, they spit at him, mock at him. Did the same thing when Yahushua on the scene, but what he said, I ain't come back as a man. You ain't gonna spit on me, you ain't putting me on no cross. Right, I already did all that, so now I hold myself down back then. I don't gotta do that now, you know. So Lord's gonna show out. He's gonna show out like Jake wanna flex with the big old tires, you know, whatever, you know, package arrow kit. Or the Lord gonna show out the same way, man. And he's gonna do it in a dramatic fashion, and he's gonna come to our favor, not you people's favor, especially the other nations, including looking at all the people. You know?
This is Isaiah 42, verse 14 and verse 15. Isaiah 42 and 14. I have long time holding my peace. Slacking. Verse 13. The Lord Yahweh shall go forth as a mighty man. He shall stir up jealousy like a man of war. Going back to something I mentioned earlier about Jake, don't have nothing to do with partaking in this war, as it is written. You know, I will repay. Vengeance is mine, right? So it says, the Lord Yahweh shall go forth as a mighty man. Wait ye upon me till I rise up against the prey. He shall stir up jealousy like a man of war. Now all these nations are jealous of who wants power, right? Psalms, the 2nd chapter. Okay, the scriptures say, why do the heathen rage? You know, they imagine a vain thing of what? Taking the seat of rule or power or authority, right? But it says, he shall cry, yea, roar, he shall prevail against his enemies. So these are the enemies of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. In the scripture, in the book of Psalms says, the haters of the Lord should have submitted themselves. All right, their time shall come. Right, verse 14 is the point.
And going to him roaring, that's the lion of the tribe of Judah have prevailed. Right? Yahushua, like a lion roars over his prey, right? He catches the gazelle, you know, he roaring, let everybody know who he is. That's what the Lord's going to do. He's going to let everybody know who he is.
Right, and Sean, like you said,
Now, I was gonna say the roaring lion of Judah ain't no bitch from Dallas. I'll say that.
oh Lord.
Fucking bug out that came out. Not this past Friday, but last Friday. Went out to the brothers out there in Dallas, talking about she a prophet, and then halfway through the brothers' lessons, she started, of course, demons come out of her. She talking about she the lion, the roaring lion of Judah. That the Lord chose her. The Lord gave her name.
And the other word, boy. That's big shoes to fill, especially for
The
next
prophet,
on
hey,
this woman, bro.
Hey, you know, I'll leave it at that. But, hey, man. Yahushua is gonna do a great reset on the earth.
That's
A lot of
pride, bro.
Yeah.
Pride got no limits. You saying shit like that, bro. You gotta get destroyed, man.
And that's what Yahushua is going to do in the book of Philippians.
No fear.
You know, it says every knee shall bow, every tongue shall confess. A lot of people is going to have to confess that. Oh yeah, that's the man. That's what his power is. That's what he's getting ready to show. Everybody shall be humble, bro. The scriptures say in Isaiah 2, everyone that is proud and lofty. You know, the Lord is getting ready to humble, man. You're getting ready to have to submit yourself to him being the top man. As in heaven, what? On earth, you know. This is Isaiah 42 and 14. And back the brother Mayim up. You know, the Lord is getting ready to do a great humbling. The word extravagant, it says whether outside or beyond. Okay, so this power that the Lord is getting ready to show is getting ready to be extravagant, man. It's getting ready to be beyond the carnal mind, beyond your expectations. Okay? Verse 14, I have long time holding my peace. I have been still and refrained myself. Now will I cry like a travailing woman, and I will destroy and devour at once.
And notice saying like. These are similes. You're just trying to come up and say you that woman that's gonna come out travailing. You like
hilarious.
Yeah, dog. Like you lacking understanding the scriptures, man. The Lord is saying like as a woman come out just screaming and just who come out screaming and wailing better than a woman? You feel what I'm saying? But the Lord is saying that's how it's gonna be like I'm going. Yeah, I'm gonna come out and I'm gonna get this thing going, man. You know?
That's why it's that term righteous indignation. It's indignation, it's anger, but it's a righteous anger.
Yeah.
That's it. So, Lord's will, this was edifying. We want to give all praise and glory unto Yahweh,
Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Kakadash.
Double honor to the elders, apostles, great millstone, and most blessing and salutations to the Akim around the four corners of the earth who are diligently pushing out his truth and his truth and sincerity. That was a shalom.
Shalom.
And do